There we go. All right. How are we, guys? I hope the sound is working all right. We're gonna do some painting today. Let me make sure my Twitch title is up to date. Let me throw something about a dragon in there. All right. There we go. That should be all set now. All right. And all right, we got everything all set up. I have today to paint. I have this little dragon dice holder, so you can put a little d20 right there in the pocket. And oh, it's a little dusty on the bottom. Let me wipe that off real quick. And I'm going to be trying a couple new things with the paint today, thinning it out with some water and everything before I really start getting painting. All right. Reese, how are you doing? How's your day? All right. So I'm going to be using this, and let's see. For base here, I think I'm going to be starting with probably a dark gray. So let me find a gray real quick. Let me move my mouse out of the way and look at all of my paints. I really need a better way to store all of these because right now I basically just have a pile of everything. I'm good, just chilling. Ooh, Palworld. I still haven't played Palworld somehow. Oh, there we go. So I have a black, so I could mix gray if I really wanted to. Let's see, I might have a good gray though. Yeah, Palworld looks like a blast. I really hope to play it eventually. It looks like the perfect game for fucking around with friends. Ooh, you know what? Does this fit? This will fit. If I can figure out how this works. So let me put it in this. I need a little more of that. What was I saying? Yeah, Palworld is like the perfect game to. Don't play it, you'll get sucked in and not touch grass anymore. I already don't touch grass, it's fine. Alright, so I have this little base holder that will work for this. I've had these for a while, but they don't really work for these traps. So I think it'll be very helpful for the dragon today. But I think we want to start with a nice dark gray base coat. I just need to find a good color for that. I might end up having to mix it. I do have the black and white here. But I also have a bunch of small paints like this. So I might have a good gray here. Blackened steel, blades steel. You know, these are great names for colors, but not very descriptive. Shadow steel, another one. Jesus Christ. These really were named for D&D nerds. No grays in there. This might be a good one. Mountain stone. That's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. All right. Let's see. All right, yeah, it is still shaking a little bit. All right. Pantone or hex color codes. I agree, because I know those too well. Because I spent a lot of time looking through hex, or a lot of time looking through Pantone when I was looking to merch for the Wheezy. And then I look at hex colors all day, every day. Just while editing. All right, let's see how this gray comes out. I'm gonna move the under tray over there out of the way. All right, this is coming out much nicer. I am still gonna dilute it just a little bit, but not as much as I would the big acrylic paints. Alright, there we go. And this is a really janky thing. All I have to dilute it is this cup of water. So I just have to like pour it really gently and get about the right mix of it. But I'm gonna mix it around like this. Oh yeah, this is very, very watery, which I think is fine. I just gotta put something underneath this so it doesn't all float away. But yeah, this is giving a much nicer thin coat as opposed to the very thick acrylic coats I was doing before. Yeah, so I'll have to do a couple layers with this, but I think it'll end up looking a little bit nicer. Especially when I go back to do the detail, because I think I'm going to add just a tiny bit here and there, and depending on how this goes, I might end up repainting this one, because I never really was happy with how this turned out. So I'm going to probably end up sanding that down and repainting it from scratch, and hopefully getting a more natural design that I think will work a little bit better. And I'm also using nice thinner brushes compared to what I was using last time. I was using a nice big thick brush before, and now I'm taking my time with it, using a nice small brush, trying to do more delicate strokes with it. And hypothetically, this should dry faster as well because it'll be a much thinner layer. But it is also a higher water content, so we'll see how that works out, how that balances with it itself. Also, a little fun thing is on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, this might be my last non-affiliate stream. I have all of the requirements so far, except for the number of streams. I think I only had 7 of 8. So today, after this stream, I should have the 8 of 8 required for Twitch affiliate. But I have the 50 followers. Well, I have over 50 followers, which means probably more like tomorrow morning because Twitch is a little slow with their updating. But I'll be able to turn on all the channel points and all the affiliate features if they are quick with the application process, which I have no idea what that looks like. Yeah, channel points, exactly. I'm excited for that. That'll be a ton of fun to figure out what I'm going to do with them. But it also means I'll be able to run ads, which I'm going to have to figure out how the hell I'm going to do that, because I don't really want to run a whole bunch of ads to like the 3 people watching. I don't want to run ads and drive more of them away, you know? That being said, it's all easy stuff to figure out once I get there. But yeah, channel points, I have no idea what I'm going to use channel points for. Because a lot of stuff that people usually use channel points for, I'm not a huge fan of, if I'm honest. Not that there's anything wrong with them doing it. To go baby, no, I'm not even gonna shave for a million even. That shaving's gonna be a money donation for sure. And even then, I don't know if I'd actually set a number, because then as soon as I set a number, someone's gonna do it. Like Fatal's gonna get word or something. And I don't need that, you know. I just heard a sound and I don't see what happened. Maybe that's fine? Okay. Sure. We'll pretend like nothing went wrong. As a hidden goal, if it's a hidden goal, nothing's gonna hold me to it though. That's the problem. If it's a hidden goal, I just won't do it, you know? But also, I don't really want to, you know? So if it happens, it'll probably be in a couple years, once I'm established and I can be like, all right, guys, $1,000 in the next 5 minutes and I'll shave. Because that's about how much I don't want to shave. Ooh, that's a little bit thicker than I wanted it to be. That's okay, I'll spread it out a little bit. I'll bring some of this back to the bottom. I also spent some time today working on plans for new videos after this trap video that I'm working on comes out. And that one, I'm not too far away from finishing that one either, because I have just 2 traps left to paint. Those do happen to be the two that I don't quite know what I'm gonna do. Like I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna paint those. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure I like any of them too much. And one of them I really have no idea. One of them is for my monk player, or for my friend who's playing a monk. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with him. I forgot to take this song off the playlist. There we go. Remove from queue. There's just a couple songs I'm taking off this playlist. And I actually have another playlist that I want to switch to, but I forgot to find it today. So hopefully by next stream, we'll have some new music that is a little bit more fun. Not that there's anything wrong with Lily Pichu. She's a great artist, but not quite the vibes I'm going for all the time, you know? Now, I'm pretty sure how I'm painting this is not the right way, but about as right of a way as I know. So, we're going with it. I'm still learning all of this. But I definitely like how the thinned paint is working a lot better. I get to do a couple coats with it rather than one really thick coat that takes way too long to dry. But I do think that this paint in particular is thinned a little bit too much. If I was doing a lot more, I would add some more paint to dilute the water a little bit and make it a little bit thicker. But with how much I'm painting this gray color, that would just kind of be wasting a bunch of paint. So we're gonna deal with it for this little bit of paint that we have. I'm hearing things in OBS, but I'm not seeing what they're doing. Hold on, let me do this. Let me see it. Will this show me more? We'll have to see. Oh, you know what? Do I just have Wheezy's stream open? Is that what it is? I do. That's exactly what it is. Okay. We got it fixed now. Yeah, oopsies. That's alright. We got it figured out. We got there. I was wondering why it wasn't the sound that I recognized either. Or it wasn't the sound that I thought I had set. You know what? I might want to put something about almost being affiliate in my title. That might be smart. So that might draw more attention than what it currently is. But the question is, what should I say? Last string before affiliate? Maybe. We'll see. I'm going to put that upside down while it's drying. And I'll let that dry out for just a minute while I go over and add that to my Twitch title. There we go. That should be fine. Okay, cool. Okay. Now the question is, do we add one more coat before we move on to the gold and the dragon? Also, here's another question. Are we going to paint the dice holder the same as the gold? I'm thinking I might make the little holder for the die like a piece of silver, maybe like a silver pedestal in a mountain of gold. That might be nice. And I will do a bit more, or another layer, just because I have so much and I wanna use it up. I wanna not waste it. But I'm only gonna do this bottom here. I'm not gonna go around the rim again. I think the rim is pretty done. It actually feels like it has a nice texture to it as well, which I think is nice.
They say you'll never be a star, that you started much too late to change your fate. I'm trying, though I didn't start at 8. I wanna try.
You know, I was talking about changing the playlist earlier. I really don't mind Lily Pichu for painting streams. I feel like it does fit the vibe pretty well. Plus, they're all DMCA free, which is wonderful. The only problem really is that it's so short that it would be nice to have a little bit longer, so we don't hear the same songs over and over again. All right, there we go. So we're done with that now. Let's put it right here to dry. Okay. Dry off our brush a little bit. And what I'm actually going to do, because I have so much of this extra gray, I'm just going to take a paper towel, fold it up, and soak it up, this extra paint, because I don't want to have a whole bunch of paint running around. There we go. Let me throw this right in the trash. There we go. Alright, and actually let me grab my water bottle real quick, because we gotta stay hydrated. Alright. Oh. LTTstore.com. The Linus Tech Tips water bottle. It's actually pretty good. This is not the Linus Tech Tips water bottle top, but it's also pretty good. It's some cheap one off Amazon. All right. And real quick, let me just check. I have a Discord message that I need to look at real quick. Oh, Discord needs to update. That's fun. That's fine. Okay. Root and clear all of that so I don't have anything distracting me. Okay. There we go. All right. And let me put this a little bit more center. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna share my Twitch stream really quick in Wheezy's community promo, because why not? This is a fun little last stream before affiliate. I think this is worthy of it, if anything. There we go. All right. Now, I don't really have high hopes that anyone looks in there. I very rarely do. But it's more about the formality of it, you know? Might as well put it in there. Okay. Then let's start looking at the other colors that we have. I do think I have a nice gold somewhere. That's a leather brown. No gold there. No, none yet. Ancient mummy. Might be able to mix that into something. Nothing there. What's that? Skeleton bone. I don't know what that is, but it's not it either. Alright. It doesn't look like it. Well, I do have some more down here. I have a bunch of paints down here that might have it. Angelic yellow. Might be able to use that. Ooh, fire newt orange. Honestly, a mix of those two might be what I'm looking for. Rosy skin, goblin skin. Maybe looking for a mix of goblin skin and fire newt orange. No, I think angelic yellow is better. Okay. Oh, and something else I have is down here. I have a couple unpainted minis that I don't know. I might paint later. If I run out of other things to paint. Hi, bunnies. What's up? Yeah, I'm just doing some painting. I'm working on this dragon guy right now. I'm just letting the base dry a little bit before I get started on the gold. But I'm also picking out some paint colors. I think I'm going to mix this Fire Newt orange and angelic yellow. Watching Totally Killer. Totally Killer, what's that? Is that a TV show or a movie? It's probably an anime. It sounds like an anime name. So let's shake these up and get mixing. Movie on Prime. Oh, is that what Wheezy's watch partying right now? I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever watched anything on Amazon Prime. Uh, all of the watch parties I have used as time to do other things, get some work done or whatever. Alright. That's a good little bit there. Now we have Prime on the main TV. I don't have my own personal account. Never stay for the watch parties. Yeah, I never stay for the watch parties. Yeah, like I said, it's the perfect time for me to get up, make some food, get some painting done, or get other stuff done. Because the rest of the time I want to be hanging out like everyone else. Okay. Let's see. The actress that plays Sabrina on the Netflix show is the main character in this movie. Sabrina, the Netflix show. What? Like Sabrina and the Teenage Witch? Like that Sabrina? Is there a Netflix show about that? Yep, nice. Of Jinora in Legend of Korra. That's the daughter? Is that the older daughter of Tenzin? I haven't watched Legend of Korra in so long. I'm a huge Avatar fan. Yeah, eldest. Okay, that's what I thought. Huge Avatar fan, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, not Legend of Korra, mainly. Um, so I want a little bit darker yellow here, so I'm adding a little bit more of the Fire Newt orange. Legend of Korra wasn't bad though. I'll say, as far as sequel shows go, it could have been a lot worse. Did a reprise of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Really not bad. That's good. Okay. Yeah, Netflix seems to either totally butcher something or do all right, or they'll do really well and then cancel it after one season. Hello, hi Kane. What's up? How you doing? I'm just about to dilute some of my paint real quick. Ooh, that might have been a little bit too much, if I'm honest. Don't want it to run away. Just mixing it up. Okay. Yeah, I think I did drop a little bit too much water in there. That's all right though. All right. There we go. Really testing the integrity of your mobile hotspot, your home. Unfortunately, the internet is out with no ETA. Oh yeah, the pole got burned down, was it? What happened to it exactly? I remember you said it. I just completely don't remember It sure did. Okay, so it did just burn down. Like, did anything cause it? Like, was it struck by lightning? Was there a good reason for it, or was it just like, yeah, it burnt down? Oh, let me. Perfect. That is dry enough to put in this clamp here. Let me get that situated properly. There we go. There we go. All right. Apparently, 3 separate poles got burned down. I think it was probably a disgruntled person, 3 separate poles. Yeah, that sounds like a disgruntled person kind of thing. Also, check out this little holder I got. So I can paint it without having to hold the base of whatever I'm painting. Jim Carrey. I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen almost any Jim Carrey movies. Everything I have seen Jim Carrey in, absolutely amazing. Wonderful actor. I just have not seen enough. Not even because like I avoid them. Just I don't watch a whole lot of movies, and the ones I do watch tend to be a bit newer. And unfortunately, he recently has only been in like Sonic the Hedgehog, which honestly he still does a really good job in. So, you know, can't fault him there. .480p to make sure your hotspot doesn't crash. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Do you have like unlimited data on your hotspot, or do you have to worry about that running out too? Yeah, he knocked that Eggman roll out of the park. He sure did. He is, I don't want to say surprisingly talented because we all know he's talented, but he does so much with so little. Like on the first couple movies I watched, I thought like, oh, like he's a good actor and everything, but the script was also really good. And then he played Eggman, and I was like, okay, it's just Jim Carrey. Like he's just that good. They could give him literally nothing and just be like, do your thing, and it would be amazing. Always watching movies and shows. Yeah. I watched a lot of like I watch a lot of the same shows, unfortunately. Like I've watched The Office a few times. I watched a show called Stargate, I think twice in its entirety, which it's I think 14 seasons or something, plus 2 spin-offs and like 3 or 4 movies, and I've watched every single one of them multiple times. You want to be an actor and write and edit. Yeah, like edit screenplays, you mean? Or what kind of editing? Because there's so many things edit can apply to, including what I do, which is totally fun. Stargate is a lot. Stargate's so much. Yeah. Great cast though. They're very talented. I loved. I remember I was watching. What was it? Atlantis. That's what it's called. The first spinoff a lot, and Jason Momoa was in that. I'm like, oh man, this guy's great. He's fucking hilarious. He plays his part so well. And then he just kept getting in higher profile stuff. Like he got in Game of Thrones, and then the DCEU. I was like, damn, I love that guy. Good for him. Photography, film, music, nice. Video production and music production in high school. That's cool. I didn't take anything cool like that in high school. I took AP Physics. and environmental science. Um, yeah. Um, but those were fun classes. I loved physics. That was one of my favorite classes. I did end up dropping that because I was getting pissed off at my partner, my lab partner, because I did literally everything, and he was always leaving to do track practice, which is fair. I mean, he's on the team. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's not even the class that was pissing me off. It was the other people in the class. Um, but that ended up being one of my favorite teachers for throughout all of high school. Not because like he was a fantastic person or anything. His teaching style just really worked for me, which no other teacher had managed to figure out how to teach me. So it was really cool. Um, yeah, I definitely I think that that teacher probably sculpted me the most out of all of my teachers, but not in the most beneficial way, I'll say. Because he was also a giant nerd. But, shout out all my high school teachers. They were great. We had a phenomenal staff at my school. Uh, Even our administration, that like was always constantly being made fun of for being like useless, didn't do anything bad, which in today's world is kind of a good thing and uncommon. Apparently, your mom got off the phone just now. Comcast customer service said it'll be 2 days. Oh, 2 days is way too long. Are they like giving you a discount on this month's service or anything? Like, is that anything you guys are going to be able to swing? Because I feel like 2 days is like, hey guys, you took 2 days of productivity from me. Because 2 days, especially during the work week, like, you'd hope so. Yeah, I'd hope so. But also, I expect absolutely nothing from Comcast. I hate them so much. Um, yeah, exactly. I am lucky enough that I only had Comcast for a couple years at my dad's house back when my parents both lived in the same town. Um, and it was awful. It was just the worst internet I had ever had. Um, it surprisingly didn't go down while I was there a whole lot, but everyone I knew who had Comcast always had their service cutting out. I just hate that company now. Uh, Not that any of them are really great. And as far as painting goes, guys, I'm almost done with the coins. I've been doing a couple passes around. This new paint has been drying pretty quick, so by the time I get back around to the first spots I did, it's pretty much dried, and I can do another coat. Which it's probably not really dry, but it's dry enough for me to put a little bit more on. Ooh. There's just a bunch of little nooks and crannies on this print. You really have to maneuver to get. Yeah, but I think it's turning out pretty good. You took AP Euro, one of the only good teachers you had in terms of wasn't an asshole. Yeah, best teacher I've ever had. What? Sorry, best teacher I've ever had as teachers teaching goes. Got you. Yeah, and fuck Comcast. Fuck Comcast. Yeah, that's pretty much what my AP teacher was like. I feel like that's just how most AP teachers are too. Like, they don't get that because they have really good life experience. They get that because they're good at teaching, you know? Also, I'm realizing on stream, this looks very yellow, where it's more orangey and golden in person. I wish I could make that come through better, but I don't think I have the ability to do that, unfortunately. This would be a good dragon cane. This is the pet dragon for my Drake Warden Ranger. Drop money on a red stream camera. I would love to have a red camera. Those things are fucking crazy. But also, I don't have a cool 20 grand to drop on that. When you said you were mixing those two colors, orange and yellow, is like, yeah, they both look at, yeah. I don't think OBS has the right color depth for that. 20 grand, yeah, 20 grand. And honestly, that's on the cheaper end because you also need to kit it out with like really expensive lenses, batteries, all of that. Those are like movie cameras, like production houses. Not quite like not like Marvel movies. I think they use like Sony, like really nice Sonys, but I'd say more like indie movies to low budget to maybe low medium budget. I don't know. But yeah, those are nice cameras. I actually do want to upgrade my camera to a Sony mirrorless, but that's for when stream starts making money, because I can't drop that on stream right now. Because those fuckers are expensive. You got your webcam 15 years ago for $100. Picks up all colors. You didn't realize. Yeah. I mean, my camera is usually pretty good about it. I think it's a mix of the software I'm using to capture it and OBS. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I think there just isn't enough color depth in between those two softwares to really accurately portray that color. Because right now I have a Canon Rebel 7 T7, is that what it's called? Yeah, Rebel T7. And Canon has just some dog shit software. Unfortunately. Because the camera itself is pretty good. You use for Bowen cam is a T3i. Yeah. They're decent cameras, or decent enough cameras. The only problem I have with it, aside from the Canon software, is it can only record for 10 minutes at a time because of file size limitations, which I think is bullshit because plenty of other cameras can record for more than 10 minutes. And they just split the recording into multiple files. But Canon doesn't do that because fuck you. Which sucks. And that actually, I ran into that problem while I was recording something for this trap video, the mug trap coaster thing. I need to figure out a good name for it by the time I upload that video, because goddamn, I never know what to call them. Okay. I think that's pretty good coverage. Okay. Now, here's the real question. When Canon was peak. Yeah, I mean, they're good cameras, but the problem is I have a photography camera, not a video camera from Canon. Because I'm sure that their higher end video cameras are great and have no problems recording. But I didn't spend $1,000 on a camera. I spent a few hundred buying it used. And I was like, oh, a relatively recent camera that should be able to do everything I need. Why would I double check to see if it can record for 15 minutes? Oh. Alright, so I'm done with the gold coins now. I think I'm going to move on to the dice holder, or the die holder. Yeah. Which means I'm going to get some silver. Which means I'm going to clean up this paint. And I really hate how I'm doing this. I'm going to try not diluting the next one. At least not at first. Because I think that this paint that I'm using is just already thinner. I think that this is airbrush paint. Or this might be airbrush paint because I got it from my brother. And he was doing a lot of airbrushing. And to get it to fit through the airbrush, you need to it needs to be thinner so it doesn't clog everything up. Okay, so let's get over here. And let's put these back. And let's look through our paints and see if we can find a good silver. Oh, I just opened that upside down. I hope not everything's fucked. Okay, it's recoverable. That's good. Alright, that could have been way worse. We're okay. We're okay. Let's see if we can find a good silver. This is Dungeon Stone. Is this the one I used earlier? Mountain Stone. This is the one I used earlier. Okay. So I just have two very, very similar ones. That's cool. orc skin. This is actually very close to what I might want to use for the silver. Cold flesh. Abyssal black. What's that? That's the skeleton bone again. Okay. Don't have silver there. Check. Over here, I might have it in one of my bags of paint. Let's see. Oh, this one's really good. The blade steel. Let's pull that out. This might be exactly what I'm looking for, actually. Just shaking it up so I can see the color of it a little bit better. Yeah. I think that we'll probably end up trying that. But I'll look around, see if there's anything a little bit better. Nothing that I'm seeing quite yet. The shadow steel, that wouldn't be too bad, but I don't think it's quite what I'm looking for. Vampiric shadow, not quite what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think this, what was it called? Blade steel? Yeah, blade steel is gonna do it for us. Oh, all right. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna try this not diluted at first. Oh, yeah, it has a little bit of a shine to it. Oh, that's just wonderful. All right, let's see how that paints. I'll mix that up a little bit too, just in case. All right. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, this was perfect. I would not have been able to mix this. This has a little bit of a shiny, like some glitter or something in it. So it really is just perfect for this. All right, that is wonderful. Cool. Trying to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera. And I'm thinking, I think I want to make this a red dragon. But I'm not quite sure. It could also be green. So those are the two colors I'm thinking about. But I'm leaning towards red right now. So I would love to hear what you guys think about that. If you guys have any opinion on that whatsoever. Because I'm kind of stuck between it, or between those two options. And I think either would look wonderful, just would look great. But I'm thinking that this guy might be a decoration in the back of a stream room. Depending on what. If I should paint him as a red or a green dragon. I'm leaning a little bit towards red right now. But I think green would also look pretty good. I think both would look pretty good. I could also like paint it pretty much any other color, but red and green are kind of in the lead for me, at least. You like red? Yeah, fierce, exactly. Um, I think red looks good for dragons always. Um, and this guy, I don't remember if I finished saying it earlier. I know I started, but this guy is supposed to be um, the dragon of my Drake Warden Ranger in the campaign that I'm playing with my friends. So you know we're level 2 right now, so he's real small. He's still a baby, and he doesn't actually have any function yet. Um, once I get to level 3, he will, but for now he's just decorative. But I'm thinking of putting him on the shelf that is usually behind me during the Eberron games. Um, I think he'll look very dashing back there. Man, I really want to give you guys a better view. I really want to have the camera right here behind me, but oh, it just doesn't work. Unfortunately, I don't have a cable long enough to run that, and I don't know that USB will work very well at that distance anyway, which is why I don't think I have any cables that long. But there is always a way to make it happen. I think I can do it with an HDMI cable and a capture card, but I don't want to spend all that money quite yet. Maybe we'll see if I do at some point, but we're not quite there yet. All right. I think it's starting to look pretty good. You can see this like stone bottom and the golden coins and the silver chalice that's gonna hold the die. It's starting to come together. And I've been trying to watch a lot of videos about painting, kind of understanding where I wasn't, uh, where I was kind of falling short before. And the big brush was definitely a huge thing, but also I was using way too thick paint. So now I'm using thinner paint, and I was diluting it before as well, but I didn't this time. But I think it looks pretty good. I gotta say the shininess of this particular one that I'm using right now does make it a little bit hard to tell what spots need a little bit more paint sometimes, because I'm painting it on a white base coat, so it kind of blends in together sometimes, especially with when the light reflects just right. All right. Well, I think that's pretty good. I'll give that just a minute to dry while I inspect it a bit more. Here, if I do that, can you guys see it a little bit better? Am I able to? Oh, you know what? Hold on. The lighting is a little harsh. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. I think I can. Yeah, maybe that's better. I don't know if that really changed much for you guys. I don't know. This way. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to focus this a little bit better for you. I think that's good. Yeah, I think it's starting to really come together. Unfortunately, the gold still looks very piss yellow. Like radioactive piss yellow. Which actually I might see. Wonder why it's still blurry at 480p. Yeah. Um, okay, it might. Oh, I don't know if I have a filter on. I might have a color correction filter on. Yeah, that doesn't really change it too much, but yeah. Wait, what if I do? Oh, no, I don't think that really helps. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it look better with no filter? So this is with the filter. This is no filter. With the filter, no filter. Honestly, I kind of like no filter better. I think it looks a little washed out here. Let me see if I can just adjust this. I think that wait, how about now? So this is the filter. This is no filter. Now I kind of like the filter better. At the eye doctor, yeah. I mean, kind of. I think that's. I think I'm gonna stick with this. Yeah, I think this. There we go. I think I just had too much brightness being added in after the fact on the filter. It unfortunately still looks very yellow, but you know, I don't think I can change that now, or I don't think I can fix that at the moment. I'll probably end up going through the settings after stream tonight for like a good hour, just trying to make it look really good. But I think that's as good as we're getting for now. And then we'll dap up this. Yeah, coins in a game are yellow. Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll dap this up. There we go. And then we'll start looking at reds that we have. I think I have a couple. This is called Rusty Red. I mean, that one. We gotta at least look at it. These paints are all a little bit old, so you gotta shake them pretty well. Rusty Red. Doesn't quite look very red on camera. For the same reason the coins look incredibly yellow. Yeah, nothing red in there. There's Weapon Bronze, which isn't too bad. No, nothing there. Oh, this one's good. This is Garnet Red. I think that's a very pretty color for the dragon. Actually, let me show you guys. See how it shows up on camera. Oh god, there we go. Not too bad. Okay, and we'll take a look through our little container down here as well. I think I do have some reds. Succubus Red. I mean, that one's great. I don't love the color quite as much. It's a little bit more pale. Let's see what else we have though. Dragonfire Red. I mean, it has dragon in the name, but it's a little too bright. And then there's Vampire Garnets, which I think is not quite the right shade. Cobalt Red, again, not quite the right shade. I think this Garnet Red is going to be what we're going with here. All right, and let's get these other ones out of the way. Let's see. Yeah, this is all dry in that corner, so we'll use that corner again. We'll shake this up just a little bit more. I have to say, this one's going a little bit faster than I thought it would. I think the dragon's going to take the longest, though, so I shouldn't speak too soon. Alright. This Garnet Red. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm also working on some stuff. I have a client in San Diego who plays D&D every week, and I'm working with him to maybe send some set pieces. So I might be painting those on stream soon, as soon as I finish these drafts. So in a couple weeks we have that to look forward to. Alright, let's see this first stroke of red. Let's see how it looks. You know, it looks a little pale right now, or a little too bright right now, but that's just because it's the first coat. I think that this is going to end up looking very good. What about San Diego? I have a client who lives in San Diego, who plays D&D. Um, so if I'm ever out there, I'm going to be visiting him and playing some D&D. But I'm going to be making some set pieces for him, for a video. I'm probably going to have him pay to ship them out there because, you know, I'm making them for free, ideally for free. You know, if he decides to pay me a little bit for it, I won't complain, but I'm making them for a video first, and then basically so I don't have them sitting around as junk, I'm shipping them off to him, to get rid of. But he's pretty cool. I like him. He's been going through a couple editors. I only do subtitles for him. So he's been going through a couple like main video editors. So I have had the pleasure to work with him on a whole bunch of stuff now. And just generally a pretty good guy, you know? Enjoy working with him. Nice. Yeah, nice. Exactly. Alright, and then for the wings, I'm going to have some red on there, but I'm also going to have some stripes of like leathery brown. I'm going to have mainly leathery brown on, like, you know, the folds of the wing. And then I'm going to have some, probably some like tan, like for the horns and the spikes on his back. Now, one thing I did forget to do on this guy was I completely forgot to sand him before I primed and started painting. I only realized this pretty much as I was getting ready for stream. Starting to lag. Head out for now. Alright, sounds good. See you later, bunnies. I only realized like right before stream. But, you know, at that point, kind of have run out of time to do it. Because if I sand him, I'm going to have to prime him again. If I prime him again, I won't be able to paint him for another couple hours. You know, gotta let all of that dry. But this was actually the second version of this that I painted, or that I printed out. Because the first one broke, unfortunately. So now that I have a full one, I pretty much got him ready just in time for stream today. I'm hearing dings in my ear, and that means that people are mentioning me in Wheezy's chat. Yeah, okay, thanks, Kane. Of course it is. I have so many words pinged. You have no idea. I thought about setting any message from Wheezy's dad or Colby to set off a ping, but like so I could always be there and say hi for a bit. But then I decided that was too much work and I didn't want to do it because I don't remember how to set up ping words. So they get to live unbothered for another day. Yeah. Well, I know it's a better TTV thing. So if you want pings, you need better TTV, which you should have anyway because they have fantastic emotes. And then it's just buried somewhere in the setting. I don't know, Grumpy. You should fix that right now. Oh, you already did. Thank you for the follow, Grumpy. God damn it, Grumpy. To be fair, you probably don't follow me because I didn't stream on Twitch for a long time. I only streamed on YouTube, where I think you do subscribe to me. Unfortunately, I don't hear alerts for when Twitch stuff happens on my OBS. I only hear YouTube stuff, and I need to get that fixed. But I don't quite know how with how I have it set up. So I'm going to have to spend some time figuring that out. Porcelain Throne beckons. Of course, my liege. Hold on, I need to go back to my other tab. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this dragon is turning out, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little worried that this was just gonna take forever because I was using smaller brushes and it was gonna turn out like shit. Specifically because of the last thing I painted coming out like this. So I'm gonna have to redo that at some point when I am a bit more confident in my abilities. But I'm pretty happy with how this is coming out. I have high hopes for the rest of it. And also just, you know, I've been learning how to paint in my free time. So I guess this also is my free time, but you know, I've been watching a whole bunch of videos. I've been following some live streamers who have been doing it, kind of learning the techniques. Just, you know, learning everything I don't know basically, which is a lot. But you know, that's kind of how it always goes. Is it you find something new, you learn everything about it in the span of about 2 weeks, and then you move on to something else. But I have a feeling I'm going to stick with this for a little bit at least. I do wish this was coming out a little bit better on camera. All the colors are a little bit too bright. And you can't see the color depth quite as well. But I am quite happy with how it's looking in person. And that is probably the more important thing. Because you can always fix how it looks there after the fact or in the future. But if you fuck up the real one, it's a little bit harder to fix. I'm getting a little quiet here, guys. I'm getting some real fine detail, so I'm trying to focus a little extra hard to not get it where I don't quite want it. Because this is a little bit of a darker color, and therefore a little bit harder to cover up, especially with these thinner layers. It takes a lot to cover it up. So it's easier if you just paint where it's supposed to go. Also, doesn't help that I am incredibly tired. I woke up pretty early, probably around like 4 or 5 today, 4 or 5 a.m. And then shoveled my driveway, which we have like an electric shovel, which is basically like just a tiny snowblower. So it's not like too bad, but it was my first time using it, so I ended up picking it up and hauling it around more than you really needed to, where, you know, you're supposed to kind of drag it around on the ground, but I ended up fully picking it up almost every time, which just was very silly. And I ended up wasting a whole bunch of energy and strength doing that rather than doing it the correct way. Welcome back, Kane. I was just talking about how I'm rather tired. I might end up going to bed right after this stream, honestly. just because I'm fairly exhausted. But I'm pretty happy with how you don't blame it. Yeah, it's been a long day. I was talking about the electric shovel we have and how I basically picked it up every step of the way instead of dragging it across the ground, which is pretty much what you're supposed to do. Which meant I wasted so much energy. Back at these very tight, cramped spots again. Might have to switch to an even smaller, thinner brush. Yeah. Oh, I have to come back. I have to remember. Guys, remind me if I forget, and if you remember, remind me. I need to come back with a tiny bit of black on the nostrils and across the eyelids. Because it has closed eyes right here, but I want to add a tiny, super thin slit of black right across the line where they're closed. I think that will add a little bit, and then I want to add a tiny bit to their nostrils. You shall do your best to remind me. Thank you, Kane. I appreciate that. Man, this is... I really left all of the complicated parts for last, and now I'm suffering through all of them. Thanks, Grumpy. I'm going to point and laugh at you, though, because that emote doesn't work here. So, haha. That's starting to look really good right here. It's not supposed to? Good, because it doesn't. And you look silly and stupid, Grumpy. But yeah, this is really starting to look pretty good. The silver and the gold and the red are all working really well against each other. Not against each other, with each other. As usual. Exactly, Grumpy. No, what I'm doing right now is the horns are supposed to have the like scaly skin up, not quite halfway, maybe like I don't know, a little bit up around the base of the horn, a little bit. So I'm trying to get that without going too far up and around and painting the actual horn red. Uh, I think it's working out pretty well. Trying to get just a nice consistent layer around. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right. Looking real nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far. I'll have to find a color for the horns and the wings still, but that should be pretty easy. I have a couple leathery colors. I have a couple like bone horn looking colors, which will be great for the horns. I'm just finishing up the red here. Now here's the scary part, because I don't want the wings to be completely this other color. I want it to be like red with like the inside of the wings, that leathery color. So I really have to paint here, but this is a scary thing to paint because if it looks bad, it's really hard to paint over this now with a nice light color like that. So I'm hoping it pays off. And I just dipped my brush in water. Partially the bristles are a little bit more together now, but also this is kind of mixing the paint with water a little bit, and it's creating a lighter layer, which makes it a little bit easier. If I decide early enough, I can like wipe it off, which I think I'm about passing that point now up at the top here. But if I have to paint over it, it's not quite as thick and dark of a color as the rest of it. The problem is it only really lasted for like one collection of paint, and I just dabbed right in the middle of what I was trying to leave with a nice dark blob. 10 years ago, I didn't plant the tree. The future was something that I couldn't see. If I had been a little faster, I'd have a lot more skills I could master. It's hard to say when you've lost the precious time of yesterday. So many things you could learn. You'll bloom just like a flower. Stop thinking about the Odds be ever in my favor, thank you.
It wasn't fair, I was there. I wish I could tell a younger me to forgive yourself for not starting. You would get there eventually. I can still create something great, and it's still not too late.
I'm just kind of going back over now with a little bit more paint, kind of evening it out a little bit. Getting any areas I missed. Gremlin has awoken. Oh no, what does that mean? Oh, Wheezy? Nice. You're good, Kane. Don't worry. Alright, I'm cleaning up all the edges right now. It's looking a lot better. Honestly, my hands are pretty shaky too. I'm kind of surprised it's worked out as well as it has so far. But also, it kind of helps train you to have less shaky hands because you're kind of working on it all the time. But also, you kind of learn to relax, and that helps a lot with the shaky hands because you can't really paint and be like super high nerves the whole time. The whole process of it is pretty calming. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of part of why I'm trying to do this every Monday because it's a nice little change of pace from working and I it's like set time to relax and chat and just hang out, and it's very low pressure. Um, but I also get to run some streams, which is great. I think I might be just about done with the red here too. Oh, there's just a tiny bit of cleaning up on the head here. There we go. Just cleaning up all of the lines. And like I said earlier, getting all of the edges as best as I can. I think I'll have to come back with the gold and touch it up a little bit later as well. There we go. Right there, just a tiny bit. Yeah, I'd say it's starting to turn out really well. Not starting to, but it is turning out really well. So next I think we're going to just do the wings, and those are probably going to be... Actually, hold on, let me grab this. They're probably going to be like this kind of... like tan shade, with the horns being maybe a little bit more white. That came in the box that the paints came with. So thank you, box, for some inspiration that I did not notice until that very moment. Ooh, that could have been bad. Okay. Let's clean up that red. Actually, I think I might leave the red there just in case. And let's look for some of that tan. I definitely have some around. This one's not bad. It's called Ancient Mummy. A little bit too yellow. Ooh, this one's actually really good. What is this? Caucasian Flesh. That's fair enough. It's not quite perfect for this, but it might be a really good mixer. What is this? Ooh, this looks really good. What is this? Leather brown. That checks out. Black on eyelids and nose. Yep. I am going to do that after it dries a bit more. Thank you. Thank you. All right, leather brown. All right. And let's look for... Let's get the black out so that we have it. We have it ready for when we are going to be doing that. Okay, nothing there. So let's grab our little paint kit here. And I don't know if that's what we want. Bissell Black, that's perfect. So we'll put that to the side right there. All right. And then let's find what color we want for the horns as well. If we can find that. No, I want it to be pretty light. Oh, this might be good. What's this? Ooh. I had something fall in the background, but it's alright. Yellow bone. Treasure map. Treasure map, I think, is what I want to use for that. See what it looks like when it's more mixed together. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so let's start with the wings. I'm going to get just a dab of this because we really don't need that much. This might be dried and shut. Yeah, some. There's a little bit of crud. Let's try shaking it a bit more. Hopefully we can still use this. I'm gonna have to get a toothpick and unclog it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Alright, I will be right back. You guys can check out my cool BRB screen, but I'm gonna be right back with a toothpick. Wrong screen there. I'm back, guys. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Alright, let's try and unclog this. If that works now. Not quite. Try it one more time. There's definitely something getting out. I think there's just a bit of a bigger clog slightly down in the nozzle where I can't quite get to. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this works. This is pretty much the exact color I want to be using. Alright, let's try giving it a little bit more force. Oh, I'm worried about it exploding or just squirting out a whole bunch. Because neither of those are really ideal. We might just end up having to find a different color to use. If it does, I hope it does as like if it does explode, I do hope it explodes in a glorious fashion. But I also hope it doesn't explode because I don't want it to get all over my laptop or me. But if it's going to, you know, might as well get a good clip out of it. But yeah, I don't think anything's coming out of there. So let's put that aside, and let's look at this. This is called Ready Skin. Let's see if this is official D&D branded paint too. So we'll see how this looks. looks pretty good. Okay. All right. And I think it's looking pretty good. Honestly, this might have a little bit too much of reddish undertones for using on the dragon, but I think it's all right. If I really cared, I would come back when I'm done and try and add really, really light, like blue, like dry brushing even maybe. But I'm probably not going to go through that much work for it. Sorry, you guys can't quite see what I'm doing too well right now. I'll turn this around in just a second to show you. I'm just about done with the first wing. But I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. Here, you might be able to see it a little bit better here. Yeah, there you go. Alright. There you go. You can see it pretty well right there. Alright, let's get to the other wing now. Had to drop down to 360p. Jesus. So you're struggling out there, Kane. We are just about done. My voice scared you? Well, I've been talking pretty consistently. Did you tune me out, Grumpy? You were half asleep. Wow. How dare you sleep on my stream? Yeah, I hope you get your internet back a little bit sooner than the 2 days that was forecasted. The fucking Comcast. Ugh. God, I hate Comcast. You know, Grumpy, I feel that. I'm super tired too. As soon as I finish this stream, I'm probably gonna head to bed. Or I might hang out in Wheezy's chat for like an hour before I sleep, finally. Excuse me?
Sun is getting low, I close my eyes. A perfect day to nap under the animal sky. I'll leave no trace, they'll never find this place. Dizziness be gone, sleeping can be fun. I wanna get taller, I gotta get taller. A yawn, a sigh, under the animal sky. Morning already, just 10 more minutes, please. No,
How are those wings looking? They're looking pretty good, I think. In person, they look even better. That's bad, Grumpy. You should go to bed. I won't be here when you wake up, but Wheezy will. Just leave my stream open, and we'll be good. I'll even bring you back to Wheezy at the end. You know, like when you're a little kid and you pretend like you're asleep, so your parents will carry you inside. You can go to sleep, and I'll carry you over to Wheezy's stream. It'll be great.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd let my dog eat me. Let's start with the thighs, where the fatty part lies. Thick thighs save lives, quite literally this time. My flesh will taste okay, my dog will eat the pain away. 'Cause the whole world is dying, and I'm tired of surviving. If there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd let my dog eat me. The situation's dire and my
Alright.
house is on fire, but at least she'd
That's the wings done. Look at that. It's really coming together nicely. I do wish the gold looked a little bit better on screen, but all in all, it could be worse. So At least it's actually looking good and pretty put together. Let me put this right here so I'm not knocking it over. I'll bring it back over here. Thank you for the second follow, Grumpy. Alright, and then this is treasure map. That took me a second to find where it said that. Alright. And hopefully this will come out nicely. Oh no. Oh no, this is not coming out. Oh, there we go. It came out eventually. Came, just like you. Cleaned up the nozzle a little bit, so it should be better next time as well. No, I don't think this is going to change how it looks too much on camera, but it's kind of taking away the harsh white and replacing it with a, I don't know, like a cream color. I don't like that my computer's giving me errors that I can't see. We'll see. Alright, good night, Grumpy. Take care. You better leave my stream open. Yeah, I'm worried about that. I gotta figure out what that was in a second. If anything breaks, I gotta go back over. Thank you, Grumpy. I actually do think that makes a huge difference on camera, actually. That it really does take away the hot spots of having a white. It's much more like natural looking now. I really like that. Okay, I'm glad I did that. Okay, and I think all we have left are the eyes and the nostrils in black now. I'm actually going to use a different brush for that because this one is a bit thick. So let's see if I can find one that's a tiny bit thinner. Oh yeah, here we go. This one's perfect. I feel like a sleeping pet dragon is something that everyone needs. Alright, just pouring out a dab because I really don't need much of this at all. Let's start with the nostrils because those are going to be a little bit bigger and a little bit more forgiving. And we're already done the nostrils, okay. Oh, boy, this is very, very complicated. This is a very delicate procedure right here. Oh, oh, that looks wonderful. I don't know how well you can see that, especially on 360p, but oh boy, that really does make the difference. I'm actually going to use this smaller brush. I'm going to go back and touch up the red a little bit because I still have a little bit of that left right here. I'm glad you believe it looks great, Kane. What I'll do is I'll post a picture of it in the Discord after, because I think this is the first one that I painted that I am very proud and happy of how it looks. This turned out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to. Yeah. What time is it? 8:30. Okay. I don't know. I'm tempted to go back and do another very light layer over the gold again. Hmm. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I touch up the gold a little bit? Go back and go over it again. Let's see if I can find the gold I was using. You know what? I put it back in here. Oh, I'm tired, but I can. It's worth it. I'll spend another probably 10 minutes touching it up. And what I'm doing right now is I'm only using the darker gold that I mixed with earlier. I'm only using the darker of the two colors, and that way it will kind of not be as shiny yellow. It'll look more like a rich golden color. Hopefully, that's the plan at least. We'll see if it actually turns out that way. Yeah, it has to work. So far, it's working pretty well. I think that is good. Alright, let's take it out of the holder. Ooh. Oh, my heart skipped a beat there. And when it popped out, I thought it was going to drop and break. It was a nice little texture on the bottom. That wasn't even super intentional, but because of how watered down it was, it ended up looking quite nice. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, awesome. Well, that is wonderful. I'm going to leave it here to finish drying for the night. And thank you for coming to hang out. If you're in the YouTube stream, I'll see you guys later. If you guys are in the Twitch stream, hang around and say hi to whoever we raid. So I'll see you guys in a minute.